Although Baby Keem has been in the rap game for quite a few years, his rise to fame has been pretty sudden. I started hearing his name first with his Travis Scott collaboration Do Rag Activity. Then I heard his name when it came to all the stuff with Donda and his appearance on Praise God. And then, well, Family Ties dropped. We found out Kendrick is his cousin. And all of a sudden, The Melodic Blue came out. I heard the album last week and I honestly didn't love it. I tend to treat mainstream albums tougher than I do Christian albums. And the reason is because what I believe makes a great debut album, if not any album in general, is great production, deep lyrical content, and a display of how you are, expressing those lyrics, whether that be through singing, rapping, or anything like that. So while the Melodic Blue had great production, it had amazing sounds, I honestly didn't think that the lyrical content was that great. I don't mind if a few songs of an album aren't really that deep or anything. Hey, I like some Drake tracks and some Drake projects. Drake isn't necessarily the deepest rapper there is. With that being said, for having a 20-track album, Baby Keem didn't really give us any deep tracks. Many of the tracks were very repetitive, talking about the same things over and over and over again. But 2 tracks didn't, and that's what I want to talk about. The Melodic Blue angered me, and the reason is because of those 2 tracks that I felt stuck out amongst the rest of the album. The 2 tracks I'm talking about are Issues and Scars. First off, I want to say Issues is an amazing track. The deep subject matter on Issues, which talks about Baby Keem's demons, to put it lightly and not to get too deep into it, is great, and I love dwelling on it and thinking about the lyrics. The production on the song's amazing. The production on all of the albums is amazing. Again, really, it's just the lyrical content that ruins it for me. I tend to listen to features, and I listened to Coca, Range Brothers, the opening track, Trademark USA, Lost Souls, and a few others. And I ended up, going, man, I really wish that the lyrics on some of those tracks were deeper, because if they were, I probably would have ended up adding those songs to my library. But they weren't, and I didn't. But now I want to get to what I've been wanting to talk about, which is Scars. Kanye might have had Album of the Year with Donda, but he doesn't have Song of the Year. And yes, there's a difference. Song of the Year for me is Scars. It's such an amazing song. The production around it is incredible. The lyrics are so deep, relatable. I can use so many synonyms to describe the song itself. But the lyrics go like this. I ask God, why this life you gave so hard? Why all the choices that I make leave me with scars? I feel like everyone I meet confuse my heart. That right there is something that not only Baby Keem has faced, but every single human being in existence. I know I face it. I've asked God myself that question, why is life so hard? Everybody's asked that question. Not only that, but everybody else has thought at one point in their lives, why is everyone I'm meeting confusing my heart? I'm pretty sure you've had a person who's judged you or who hasn't seen you properly for the person you are. They only see the surface you and they think that's all there is to you or something. It's truly an amazing track, and we can even get down into the minutia of the lyrics because it continues, even though it doesn't have too many lyrics. The verses are pretty short. The chorus is pretty repetitive, but it's good that way. By the way, the chorus, it basically repeats twice, but in the second time, it changes one bar. So the first one is, I ask God, why this life you gave so hard? While the choices that I make leave me with scars. And in the second one, it does the same thing. I ask God, why this life you gave so hard? But it changes it to, why all the choices that I make tear us apart. But it's still an amazing song, and even the bridge in the end, random thoughts in my head, you can't blame us. And then he says something else, you can blame us, which is something that I never thought I'd hear in a song. Now, for my Christian listeners, I'm not agreeing or disagreeing with anything Baby Keem is saying. But what I am doing is understanding the lyrics of the song, appreciating the lyrics of the song, and I have truly come to look at the lyrics and look at this song truly as the song of the year. I have listened to it so much already that I know it's going to be in my top 100. Where is up to me? What angers me about the Melodic Blue is if more songs existed like this on the album, it didn't even need to be the whole album. Like at least half. If he had taken 10 tracks and made them like this, or even 9 or 8, this album would have, to me at least, been much better than it was. And just so you know, I'm not making an official video on it, but my score for this album was a 6. Not that it was, I think the production was great, but that's it. If it had more lyrical moments like this, I would have given it a higher score. I would have given it an 8, and depending on the number of tracks it had that was deeper like this, I could have given it a 9 or a 10. For example, Lost Souls. With a track title like that, you expect something deeper, but it wasn't. Like, the literal lyrics was, I got hoes in the back and they are lost souls. Not deep at all. Same with Trademark USA. I don't even know what that song was about. It was a song with rap syndrome where you cover multiple topics. Whether the song has meaning or whether it doesn't, that's another symptom of rap syndrome. But it covered multiple topics, ranging from money to, worldly things that I'm not going to talk about. But with a title like Trademark USA, you could have covered many things. You could have covered the dangers of consumerism and many other controversial issues with a title like that. Instead, what we got was a song with great production but trashy lyrics. And from Baby Keem, especially for being Kendrick Lamar's cousin, I was expecting a little bit more, honestly. Because when you think about, Kendrick Lamar, he's one of the most influential rappers, and he is for a reason. The whole reasoning is because his songs are normally deep. Not all of Kendrick's songs have to be, but when they are, it's pretty good. See where I'm going? If Baby Keem had done that, he would have had a spectacular and forever in my mind debut album. But it wasn't. Last thing I want to mention about Scars, though, is the use of the sample. I haven't heard a sample being used this well in a long time. What I mean by that is, if you don't know, it sampled Love Lockdown by Kanye West. And it didn't even sample the entire track. It didn't sample the vocals. It sampled just the drums, which was a stroke of genius. Because when you think of the song's subject matter and how it's talking about, asking God a question, why is life so hard? It can give you a background on the track. When you think about it, where does that sample come from? Where does Love Lockdown come from? It comes from 808s and Heartbreaks. Why was 808s and Heartbreaks made? I'm pretty sure that, like most of Kanye's really, really early albums, that Kanye's life was pretty dramatic and messed up at the time 808 and Heartbreak came out. His mother had just passed away, and he truly made this album out of a place of heartbreak. So the fact that Baby Keem samples the drums from an album about the death of a loved one tells me that that song came from not exactly being a place of, heartbreak from the death of a loved one, but heartbreak from how life treats you. Because you might be thinking, oh, it's from 808s and Heartbreaks. Oh, that just means that he's hurt from a girl. That's why he's asking these questions. No, that's not. That's really not. It's a deep song. It's a great song. And probably the song of the year. I'm not going to say. We still have, 3 months left in the year. So maybe a song will come out that tops it. I don't know. But I think this is the song of the year. So far for me, it is. I hope you enjoyed this video. Remember, subscribe, like, comment down below. And remember, there's only two things I know. I know that Jesus is king, and I know that JT Moi knows best. See y'all next time.